Feel comfortable. We're live. You can just let's take a second and just share it. And I'll be playing the intro.
You're on the countdown.
I see you.
Everybody. I hope you guys are having a great week so far. I know it's hot out here, especially in PA, but wherever you're watching from, I hope you guys are having a great week. Don't forget to always check back on our YouTube for full video and check on the page throughout the week for clips. And we hope that you guys share this video as we go interact in the chat, ask questions in the comments as you wish. And for the intro, guys, we are here today with a very, very, very special guest. I'm your host, Nita Rain, and as you guys already know, I am here with my man.
Okay, you already know. I'm always in the building. High energy. Nita Rain over here being all cute and quiet.
My man. So today I'm here with two special guests today. First, we have my girl, my friend, Tony Ann, and we have her man.
Yes.
Sean, okay? And we have both of these special guests today from American Income Life. As you guys have all seen the flyer that's been posted, today we are talking about life insurance and how important it is. So before we get into anything, we're just gonna ask them how y'all doing.
We doing good.
How y'all doing? How's your week going?
Week is going good.
That's
It's
good.
Hump day.
It's
so
hot.
Yes, it's hot. Summer is officially here.
Hump
You
day.
know, it's
Yes,
hump
happy
day.
hump day.
Yes, happy hump day to everybody.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you guys so much for coming through.
Thank you for
Yes,
having
And I
us.
know the
Thank you for having
gems
us.
is about to be pouring out. I hope you guys are listening because this is very, very important. I feel like this is a topic that has been long, 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 long coming. So I hope you guys are tapping in. Please share this live to your family, your friends, your enemies, whoever. They need life
Share it
insurance
to
too, okay?
all of them, right? So
Everybody needs life insurance. So I hope, especially my
Everybody.
librarian, let me talk to you real quick. I begging you. If you're doing nothing right now, come and watch this video because I need you to share this particular life to your friends and your family because y'all know how we are with life insurance. I beg you, I hold your two for today. Y'all, please, I need you to come in here and learn how important life insurance is and how to get it started for your family and build a legacy for your family. Don't leave your kids stuck out here. Don't leave your spouse stuck out here. Don't leave your family stuck out. Don't leave yourself stuck out here because sometimes it's a burden even when you're dead. So I begging you, y'all come in this life. But anyways,
yeah, hold on. So before
I mean, we can just
Right.
interview you. You don't gotta ask me no questions.
you know.
before they come in, I wanted to definitely add my voice on that and just say,
Yes.
like, yes, it's important as far as getting life insurance because, man, I have been in some rooms and been in some conversations where people are sending requests for the GoFundMe when it came to that day,
Yes.
right? So this episode here, I wanted to title it "Securing Your Future: The Importance of Life Insurance," and we're here with our expert, who happens to be
Expert.
our life insurance agents, right? So I wanted them to bring them in to let y'all
Period.
know we're not just bringing people on the show and say we don't got no, we
Yes.
got life insurance.
Yes.
I second that.
It's
They
been
have life
it's
insurance.
been coming out
And
for a
they
few
have
years.
multiple- yes, they have multiple policies.
Yes,
Okay. Don't go
awesome.
try to kill me now.
Yeah, that's a running joke. One day, I'm gonna have to take the money out on her.
I'm taking yours out first.
But yeah, so all jokes aside, though, I want to say, guys, welcome. Thank you for being on the show today. We appreciate you
Yes. Thank
coming
you, thank
into the
you.
studio and sharing all of this information with us.
Yes.
And so, right from the jump, I wanted to take the first question here because I want to make this a little selfish for me, right? For even for the people that don't want to ask the questions or watching, they don't have the information, all of that. I want to get a little bit into your backgrounds to understand, like, how did you get into like even the life insurance industry, right? And we can go back and forth. We'll start with you, Tony. And like, tell us a little bit about the background. What led you to this industry? You know, was it like what was that pivotal moment to say, "Ooh, I gotta learn about this so I can help my people"? And then we'll pass it on to Sean and see like what has been his experience as well.
So for me, I kind of stumbled upon the position. Honestly, it wasn't something that I said, "Oh, I'm gonna go sell life insurance." Like I went to college, I have a degree, and things just weren't going the way I had hoped. And I ended up putting my resume. I sent my resume to an ad on Craigslist almost 10 years ago.
Wow.
I get a phone call back, and I walk into the building, and it was different. But I was like, okay, this is definitely different for me. It's not something I'm used to, but I'm going to bet on myself right now. And I'm just helping people. Like, I've always loved helping people, but this is helping people in a different capacity. And long story short, I'm there now. It's kind of crazy where it kind of fell into where it made sense for me. I'm Jamaican. If a lot of people don't really know that unless you like really grew up around me. My dad got a scholarship from Jamaica to come here to play soccer.
Okay.
And growing up, I know my dad played soccer. I know he was good with computers. I remember being a kid watching him pull a computer with his eyes closed. Now, fast forward, I'm working for the company for a couple of years. My dad and I kind of had a falling out. We didn't really have a good relationship, but you know what? Now I'm looking back on everything. Like God works in mysterious ways because
Yes, he
had
does.
I known in 2014 when I took the position that my dad did this when he was younger as well,
Oh wow.
I would have walked away from it because that's where I was. Like I wanted nothing to do with him. I didn't want anything, any association. I go to Jamaica for the first time in God knows how long, and I still have a picture of it in my phone. See this picture on my grandmother's wall, and my grandma, what's this? Oh, your dad was one of the top salesmen in life insurance before he left the country. I was like, wait, what? So no one. I've been working for this company now for all these years, and no one ever thought to tell me like that's what my dad
Wow.
did. But I'm glad they didn't because I would have probably ruined everything. And that's when it became clear for me, like I was walking in my purpose. Like I'm like,
Wow.
oh, so this is why I got so good at this. This is why it made sense. And as I'm working, you know, you meet people, and they're no longer just clients. They become family. Like they become very good friends. I have a few that pick up the phone and call me for whatever. Like I have just one person that me and her are like really cool, really awesome. A couple of years ago for my birthday, we all went on a trip, and it was 10 of us, probably 3 people out of the 10 of us that knew each other. That night, the first night we did like a meet and greet. We are like, well, Tony, how do you know this person? Oh, I sold Dawn a life insurance policy 4 years ago. We're like, what? Yeah, but we're like this now.
Yeah.
But the people that you get to meet, and as I said, they are no longer just clients. They just become family and become friends. Like that's the awesome thing about what I do.
Wow. That is awesome.
Okay, we're
That's
gonna
so
have to
deep.
pass it to you, Sean. Like,
Yeah.
do you have a story that good?
Yo, the women always got the story
Because
down
they can tell a story.
Yes.
That's why we're here.
Mine is a lot more simple. I have a background in construction, specifically electrical.
Okay.
So I come from a family of construction guys. My dad's master carpenter. All my older brothers are master carpenters. I kind of wanted to follow in the same footsteps, so I picked up the electrical. So I'm doing that currently. I got my life insurance license about a year ago because I felt like I needed to start doing more for the kids in our community. So I'm from Philly. If anybody's from Philly watching this, hello. Pay attention. We have some young kids in our city that are absent of men in their lives right now. And they're doing a lot of crazy things, risking their lives. Our homicide rate is up. And one thing all of these kids have in common when we put them in the ground is they leave a burden on their families
Yeah.
almost all the time. A lot of you guys probably follow a No Gun Zone or a No Philly page or something
Yep.
like that. Just all GoFundMe's every single day. Every single day is nothing but GoFundMe's, and that kind of put a battery in my back to kind of jump on this bandwagon. I can really make a difference in a major way. Outside of my career. So it's a big deal. It's a really big deal. We just need to get out there and help more people and spread the message in our community. So
Okay. Just a follow-up question. Are you doing construction still? Are you still working in that field? This is just like a
Full-time.
part-time. Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. And for you, Tony, this is a full-time?
Full time for almost October will be 10 years. It's so crazy. Like 10 years is
Wow.
flew.
Is a Libra too?
But yes.
It's a Libra too.
My job anniversary is the day
Is it Libra?
week in between my birthday. It's so crazy.
He's so tired of it. Like what?
Yeah, these.
But going back to what he says about our community, that's the most important thing for me. And when I first started, we used to be assigned to areas. Now I work from home, so I can talk to whoever I want to, whenever I want to. And I'm licensed in probably like 14 different states, so I can help a lot of people now. But prior to that, we used to be assigned to certain areas, and I used to ask for the inner cities. I want to go sit down with people that look like me. I want to educate my people because it's us that are dying without this stuff. Like our people always have the short end of the stick. No, I'm tired of us having the short end of the stick right now.
Yeah.
We need to learn what everybody else know, and who better to teach you than someone that look like you, that's not trying to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing where I've learned too over the last 10 years is that a lot of people really don't have this because they don't understand it. They never had someone to really sit down with them and talk to them about it.
Yeah.
Or they're in fear because something happened with someone else and they got ripped off. Like I hear the stories all the time and I'm just like, I don't. So even with me, I have friends that ask me all the time, how are you able to stay in sales for so long and be okay? I'm like, it's a matter of perspective. I'm not selling anything to anybody. I'm educating you.
Yeah.
Like, we're here to make an educated decision. This is something that's going to help your family. And people are, oh, you make a lot of money. Yes, but I'm not in it for the money.
Yeah.
Money's a byproduct of me helping people.
Yeah.
So there's one of my very favorite quotes. They always say, you help a lot of people get what they want. Eventually you get what you want. And that's what I live by all the time.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And which leads me into my next one. You guys kind of answered it a little bit. What motivates you guys to keep you guys going to continue to sell life insurance? Like, why is it so important to you guys?
Because it's we have two fates, two guarantees in this world. We got to pay our taxes and we're all going to die.
Facts.
Okay.
There's no way around it. We
Facts.
are going to die. We don't know when, where, or how, but it's going to
It's going
happen.
to
And when it happens, you need to have a plan. You should not be leaving your family out high and dry. There should not. I remember being a kid, being in church, and they used to pass around the offering basket all the time. Today's modern day offering basket is the GoFundMe.
There's GoFundMe.
My goodness.
I go every time I go on Facebook. There's something about a GoFundMe, and honestly, it's just I cringe when I see it now. And I used to donate to them all the time, and now I don't. I'm not even going to be not going to lie to you. I don't donate to anything anymore. I just click off of it. I read the little story, and then I keep it moving because it's selfish.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of seeing it when I know how easy it is for you guys to get life insurance. You buy a car, the first thing you do, you can't drive off that lot without having car insurance.
That's a fact.
You buy a phone, people run and go put insurance on their phones. People have insurance on their homes. But the most important thing,
Yes.
your life.
Your life.
You can get a new car, you can get a new phone, you get a new house. You can never get a new life. But people don't have insurance. And out of all of that I just mentioned, that's the cheapest thing. Life insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know you can find you like a $20 policy?
Yeah.
Wow.
And to piggyback on that, the direct line to wealth. A lot of people don't understand that as well. A lot of these companies we see today, a lot of the ultra rich people, these guys started from life insurance policies. I want to make that absolutely clear to you. Their mother or their father passed away, and they got a big tax-free check to where they went and started their company with.
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
One of them.
A lot of you guys have heard of the Rockefeller family.
That's how they're. Yeah.
Go look up how they keep their money in their family. They do it through life insurance policies. They do it through trusts. So it's a direct line of wealth. If a family member, mom and dad pass away, not only do you have the bills and stuff, the medical bills you got to pay, final expense, but there's also 50 grand or 100 grand or however much you have of tax-free money. Let me say that again.
Tax-free money.
This is how we
you
move
inherit.
from minority to the majority. Like, I'm
Wow.
tired of being a minority in this
Yeah.
country.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also important.
That's
So
all those are
important.
good there, but I wanted to get into it, right? Let's
Yeah,
get
let's-
into it because
Let's
we
do
do
it.
have people that are watching, and this is the first time they ever even heard the word life insurance, right? Especially speaking for the young kids that you refer to in Philly, Africa, Liberia. We're all from the
Everywhere.
same area here,
It
but
don't matter where you live.
well,
you're
no
gonna
matter
die.
where you're at, you can have life insurance. So what I want to say, what I want you guys to tell us here is exactly what is life insurance and how important is it for an individual to tap into life insurance. So what is life insurance?
So, my easiest definition is financial security for your future. Because when you leave this earth, and that was something I had a very hard time with in the beginning of my career, when sitting down with people that didn't have any children, wasn't married, didn't have anyone to leave anything to. I'm like, why do I need life insurance? Because you're going to die. Someone still has to foot that bill. And it's no longer, I'm not sugarcoating anything. What happens if you die? No, you are going to die.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
Like,
must.
You need to be punched in the face right now because it's always, oh, well, that's never going to happen until it happens. And then what happened?
Yep.
Now, here it is. Your family, your mom is sitting out in the cold, don't know how she's going to bury you. Now, okay, let's say they did have money in savings, but then she just took $10,000 out of her savings to bury you. And now you have siblings that are left
Right.
and they can't do anything because mom just took the money that
Money.
was supposed to be for the family to bury you.
Yeah.
It's selfish. Like that's the most selfish thing, that not having life insurance honestly is equal to you being selfish. Because and I've had people tell me before, well, I'm not going to be here, they can worry about it. And I really
And
just like,
it's
wait, what?
very selfish.
That is
I
selfish.
had a guy the other day in the middle of the presentation tell me his wife was due any day now. He has a 2-year-old. Oh, well, my dad didn't leave me with anything. I literally wanted to reach through my computer screen and choke him.
Mm.
Like, that's the generational curse you want to
Wow.
continue because
Wow.
your dad didn't leave you with anything. So you're
You're
going to do
not
that
going to
to
leave
your
anything.
daughters.
Yeah.
But yes, it's honestly, life insurance is my best definition financial security for your future.
Mm.
Because here's the thing, too, especially speaking to the young people, you may not have a family now, but it's a guarantee that you're going to get older.
Mm-hmm.
Now is the best time for you to get it because you're the youngest and you're the healthiest. You still have to qualify for this thing.
Yes.
So what people don't know, the best time to get life insurance is when you're younger because it's the cheapest and you can get as much as you want as long as you can afford it. And when you get older, so let's say you start a policy now at 20, if at 65 you're still paying for it and you never made a change, you're at 65 you're still paying the rate of a 20-year-old, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing that life insurance does is, depending on what type of policy you buy, it also builds cash value. So imagine you now having a policy for 40 years that you've been putting maybe $50 or $100 a month into, and at 60 you have all this cash value that you can pull out from if you ever needed to. I have a guy 22 years old when he first started his policy with my company, and he said, honestly, I just did it because my friend was working for you guys. And he was like, it was $50, whatever. Yeah, sign me up. He's now 50. His birthday is tomorrow. He will be 51 tomorrow. And at 51, he's still paying the rate of a 22-year-old.
Wow.
His daughter 2 years ago had to go to college. They needed more money for her to go to school. Now, average Joe, oh, we have to go get a loan, financial aid. Now I have an extra bill every month. Guess what he just did? Took $15,000 from his life insurance policy. Now he doesn't have an extra bill.
That's
He doesn't even have to pay that money back if he
No.
doesn't want to.
No.
Because his policy, he has 2 policies with the company. It's
Okay.
worth over $100,000. It's almost a $200,000 policy. So even if he dies and he does not pay that back, his family's still going to get over $100,000. So that's stuff like that you can do with the
Wow.
policy.
I think life insurance is a lifeline.
Mm.
You know, if you throw that raft out when you're on a boat, you throw that raft out, and you save somebody's life. So here's the truth: if you have a spouse or a significant other, and if they pass away, the average American has between, I think, 3 to 6 months to where you're facing financial difficulty. This is what life insurance is for. It helps. It really does. And let's add children to that mix. So it's probably 2 or 3 months until you're facing
Yep.
financial difficulty and you're going to have to ask the government or family or friends to float you some money, until you're never going to recover in this economy if you don't have, that backup plan, that you can go to and dip into.
Yes, it's a matter of perspective how you look at it.
Yeah.
Because even in the Caribbean community, they don't like doing life insurance on the kids because they feel like, oh, if I put
They're
life
too
insurance on my
young.
kids, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen whether or not you put life insurance on the child. But in the event something happens, at least you have the money
Man, and
to
how
take
many
care of
children
it.
are we seeing nowadays
Yes, that
that's
are dying. Or I always tell them, I said, don't think of it as life insurance. Think of it as a head start, as an
Yes.
investment. You're not even doing this for you or your child. You're doing it for your grandchildren. Because God forbid something never happens to them. They now get to grow up and keep this policy. And then if something happens in the future, here it is. Their children will be okay.
Yeah.
Because grandma or grandpa started this policy for them. Like I had a lady, she's had a policy. Like I'm just going to be telling stories because I have so much over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
The one lady, she said to me, she had a policy that her daughter's like in her 40s now. She's been paying it for years. She's like, I keep telling her she needs to take this over. But then I got to the point one day, you know what? I say, do I want the burden of if she dies tomorrow, I got to fork up money to bury her, or do I want the burden of trying to pay this every month? I'd rather keep the burden of trying to pay this every
Yep.
month.
Yeah.
So again, a matter of perspective. I have so many people that I sit down with, and there's so many people I'm like, I wish everybody thought like you. Like one lady, Miss Crystal. Pico can cut my lights off. She literally said this to me one day. Pico could cut my lights off. As long as my life insurance is paid, I'm okay.
Yeah,
Miss
it's
Crystal, I wish
crazy.
No, for
everybody
real.
thought like you.
If only we can all
Go ahead, Ms. Crystal.
all talk like that, right?
Yes.
If only we can all have that
Like, she
mindset.
always calls me. She goes, "Hey, it's not going to be there this month. Can you ask them to move it? Can you like?" She's very proactive. But everybody else, no, they don't think like that. They rather go to the club, buy a section, buy a bottle.
Pop bottles. What are you talking
Yes,
about,
they're-
girl?
Listen,
And for some of us
You
though,
can pop
we
bottles,
leave the
but be
club and that be
responsible.
it.
yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
Right
What
out of the
happens?
club and it happens.
What happens
When you
on
just
the way
you,
to the club?
on the way to the club, you
Yep.
know, lavish your life insurance payment, and now, God forbid, something happened. Right, so that's crazy. We got to really think. So you spoke a little bit about different types of policies. I did say this was a little selfish. I'm Nita Rain. I got you, baby. Okay, I'm gonna ask these questions here. All right, so you did speak about different type, like you used the word policy a little bit a few times, but I want to understand there are different types of policies, right? So can you break those down for us and let me understand, like, how do you determine which is best for me? If it is it age related and all of that. So if you can break down the different types of policies and how can one get into it?
Yes, there are different types of policies, and these policies are used for different things. So it's just a matter of what you want to protect when you're sitting down with me. Now, there are some policies that I'm not allowed to sell because unfortunately my company doesn't sell any of them. But there are policies. So let's say if you're trying to protect your mortgage, which a lot of people just think life insurance is okay for my funeral. No, you can use it to protect your mortgage. If you die before that mortgage is paid off, your family now won't lose that house because you had something to protect your
I didn't
mortgage.
even know that.
They can leave something behind. Listen, this is why I'm telling you, I sit down with people all the time and I hear so many stories. Just last week, we have a lady, 72. She's working. So I'm like, Miss Such and Such, why are you still working? You should be retired now. Her husband just passed away in December. They still have 150,000 that they owe on the house, and she has to pay her mortgage. She goes, everyone keeps saying I should just sell the house, but she goes, I've had my house for so long, I don't want to just leave.
Yeah.
But here again, she goes, I thought he had this stuff,
Wow.
but he didn't. But for the ladies, stop allowing the husbands or your men to just take care of the life insurance. Make sure you understand it as well, so you don't be left out in the dry like her.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are different types. So you, in that retrospect, you'll use something that we call a term policy because you need a bigger face value and you want it to be affordable. So a term policy are the most affordable policies. Then you have the whole life, which is what I was referring to, where the guy had it from he was 22, he's now 51, still paying a rate of a 22-year-old because he never made a change.
Yeah.
And it's also built cash value. Then you have like the variable insurances. There's also the IULs that's floating around social media these days. And
What's that?
index universal policies. Now, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say this once. Disclaimer. Stop listening to everybody on social media. Don't none of these people have their life insurance licenses. Make sure you consult a life insurance person first before you go, oh, I want an IUL. Because these IULs, they will set you up if you don't understand them.
You mean my favorite influencers don't know what they're talking about?
No, they don't.
Wow.
But that's the thing. Like, they just listen. Oh,
Or pay them to
Susie
say-
Orman says, sir, ma'am, Susie Orman ain't talking to you. You ain't got the type of money that Susie Orman. Those are the Donald Trumps of the world, the billionaires. That's who she's talking to. The people that hide their, and a lot of the rich people do as well. They hide their money in trust and life insurance. But she's talking to those people, not average Joes like us. So those IULs, while they are good policies for if you have money that you don't really care about to throw away, because they are also an investment into the stock markets. But here's the difference too. They're kind of similar to the whole life because they do build cash value. But when you pull the cash value from that policy, if you're not funding it, that policy is going to dissolve and you're no longer going to have a policy. This is the reason why I had another client. Those policies were like really popular back in like the late 90s and early 2000s. A lot of the baby boomers bought them. And a lot of them are now suffering because of what's going on. The one guy took money out of it. He's now 65, had to start over because he took money out of his policy, wasn't funding it, and it dissolves. But here's another thing. When you are getting a policy, make sure they are showing you all of the details. Don't just get a policy because it's cute. Oh, I have 500,000. I'm only paying $50. That's what gets everybody every time. And then 5 years later, that $50 turn into $500. And then you can't afford it anymore.
Wow.
And guess what? All the money that you paid into it for the 5 years, poof, gone.
And now you're 5 years older.
Exactly. And who knows if you're even still healthy and you still qualify for life insurance. I see it all of the time.
Wow.
All of the time.
So
Even as I'm sitting here, I get a text message from a client. I'm ready to get my policy back from me and my daughter.
So you said something about them not being healthy. So there's a time where you don't qualify for life insurance?
Yes. There is a period there are certain things that the companies do not insure. And you have to understand that this is a business.
Yeah.
These life insurance companies are businesses. So they have to make sure that they're investing in a good person. So let's say you go and take out a $500,000 policy, you have cancer. Do you want to give somebody $500,000 that have cancer? You know they're not going to be able to pay you back.
Right.
So you just have to think about stuff like that. Now, yes, you do have companies that say, oh, no medical checks, you can still get the policy. But you got to be careful. Read the fine print, because in the event you die, they can now go back into your medical records. And if they find something they don't like, they can deny that claim.
Wow.
So you have to be very careful when it comes to that stuff. A lot of people, especially the seniors, they sit at home all day and they watch the TV. They'll get this.
Our poor seniors.
My favorite one is, you get $10 for a unit. And people don't understand what a unit is. So it's $10 per unit, so per 1,000. So it's not really a $10 policy. And when you call them, the policy is now $100 because you're getting $10,000 worth of coverage.
Right.
But they don't advertise it that way.
That's good. That's some good
Wow.
information.
They
You
be
guys, I
honest.
hope you're getting some
They be
gem over here. There's some good information. I'm
out
learning.
there.
I'm learning just sitting here, you know,
Okay?
because
real gems.
most of the times, Nita Wren is the one answering those questions. I'm just like, yeah, but
When she comes, she'll be like, ma'am.
yeah. So
Hello, ma'am.
I'm getting my answers.
But that's the thing, though. Again, that's why you build
Yeah.
relationships with your clients.
Yep.
Because if I see something, the first thing, as soon as I see that something is going on with your partner, no, I got to get on the phone.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to ignore this and then something happens to you and now your family cannot get that money. You've been investing in this
Yeah.
for too long for you to just let it go. So I stay on top of that stuff. You have to, and then again, you have to find a good agent to where, okay, you sell a policy one time and you never hear back from the person. No, I don't do that.
Yeah.
They become my family.
So we good?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
No, I have to say though, just like everybody else out there, I used to be one of those people that was like so nervous. And I remember the very first time I saw anything about life insurance was when I had my daughter, and I started getting that Gerber Life stuff in the mail. I'm like, "Ugh, what is this? Like, it just sounds so tricky. Like, what I have to do." And I'm just glad that when we made a decision to go ahead and get life insurance, it was through you, because I'm like, I mean, can it get any better? You
Right.
know, like I can literally call any time of the day and I can get her to answer any question that I need. And like she said, if there's anything she see, she's gonna call me right
I
away.
go to bat for my clients.
You know what I'm saying? So
Like-
it's like I'm glad it's somebody that I know and I trust to be like, this is what works for you. And like I said, we have multiple policies. So I encourage you guys to.
We're
really,
good.
Yes, we're real good.
We're good.
We were just in Hawaii. I think that was how many hours behind?
Oh man, 6 hours.
Like,
6 hours. So she was up 2, 3 in the morning working.
Yeah, she be
just
working.
just for clients to.
I
you know,
couldn't
have
get
what
on
they
the
need and answer
the
questions.
Hawaii time.
And this lady travel every month. Okay? When I tell you she be outside,
She be outside, huh?
so I don't know how she works this much. Like she really be working and she's outside. It's like this is a balance, but I love it. I love it. So
People don't like going
speaking
anywhere
of
anymore.
traveling, and people have different lifestyles, right? So is there like how do you determine what life insurance work for you? Like is it like does it go like would you be like, okay, well, if you're living this kind of lifestyle, you're traveling a lot or you're in certain places a lot or do you is that like a determination or like a factor?
Not necessarily. For me,
Okay.
it's cost.
Mm,
It's what you can afford.
okay.
Because a lot of people, especially now, we're talking. They're here. Oh, I want to go get me $100,000 policy. I want to do this, and then when they get the price for what they want, yeah, never mind. Because this is not something you're expected to pay for one time. You're expected to pay for this for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So what is a number that no matter what happens, you're always going to have that every month.
Okay.
And even on the due date, if you don't have it, you're going to figure out how to get it. So for me, that's what I kind of based everything off when I am selling a policy. Yes, I'm going to take into account everybody else's needs, what they have to protect, but a lot of the times, and we did this as well, we start here, finances get better, call me, and we'll add more to the policy.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to give you more than you can chew all in one set, and then you pay it for 2 months and then you lose it. Like
Yeah.
that's pointless.
Yeah, I definitely think it's about budgeting. Even if you come in smaller, like you say, you can always come back and increase. 'Cause
Increase it.
life insurance is important, but we also know that all the other bills in the house, the lights, the gas, the water, everything is important right now. And living in this country, there seem to be squeezing us for everything,
Yes.
paying taxes on everything.
Listen,
If you have to come in small, do that.
people will
By
say,
all
like,
Yeah.
insurance
means,
is a scam. Taxes are a scam.
by
No.
all
Yeah.
means, lock something in, just so you're covered and you're safe. Your kids are safe, just in case.
Yeah.
Just last week we had in Philly some teenager stole a car and killed a man riding a motorcycle. I bet his kids were expecting him home that day. So you never know.
Heartbreaking.
That's
You
the
never
thing.
know.
That's why we say people always say it's not gonna. Oh, that's not gonna happen to me until it happens.
So it happens.
You never know.
Until it happens. Like, do you
just
not
never
turn on the
know.
TV?
Yeah.
Like, just a couple of months ago, they were at the Northeast High School. They had the drive-by shooting.
Oh,
The kids were
yeah.
getting out of school.
Yeah,
like,
the school
you
bus or
sent
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even on SEPTA. They was on SEPTA shooting at them. Like, you sent your kids to school that day. Did you think?
It was not gonna come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's
So
the thing.
so what are some, speaking of that, right? What are some misconception of life insurance that people have in our world today, especially in our culture, right? Like we hear a lot of things. Oh, that's a scam, oh, I'm not putting my money in that. It's just as bad as car insurance. You never need it. All this crazy thing people
Until
say,
you do.
right?
Until
Until you do, right? So what are some, like you being in the game for 10 years now, what are some of those misconceptions that you have heard that people are just so lost about?
So the biggest one is that it's too expensive.
Yeah.
Life insurance goes by your age and your sex. Those are the two, and then of course your health. But there are so many policies out there for so many different budgets. You can find a policy for $1 a day. Like you can literally, and a lot of this is what I do with my seniors. A lot of the people that are like over 65 and they want these big policies and they can't afford it. Like, listen, even if it's $5,000, you die tomorrow and your family have to shell out, and your funeral is going to cost 10,000. At least you started them with 5.
Yep.
It's going to be easier for them to come up with an extra 5 than to have to come up with the entire 10.
10,000.
So
Yep.
this is better than nothing. At least you had a thought.
Yes.
You're trying. I wish I would have met you when you were younger, but shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get what we can right now.
Right now.
But that's the biggest myth. Oh, it's too expensive. I can't afford this. But you pay $300 a month for your car insurance
Right.
or a $300 cell phone bill. Yes.
Sheesh.
That's
No, for real.
it's insane. It really is insane. But another big myth is that I have to sit down and talk to people about all the time. Oh, I have insurance through my job.
Mm.
You don't own that insurance, sweetheart.
Say that.
Oh, talk about that
Because if you lose that job, if they fire you,
You
guess
gone.
what?
the insurance is gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the money I put into it, what happened?
Yes. If
You're
you
gone.
get fired,
Insurance is
Yes.
it's gone. Yeah.
Hold up.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm self-employed though, but yeah, talk to the people that.
Talk to people.
No. Okay. So
That's a good one, though.
we're gonna use this scenario. Though.
Yeah.
You're self-employed. You have your own business.
Yeah,
Let's say all three of us are working for you, right? You had to fire him.
yeah.
I quit. She stayed with you till retirement. 5 years later, all three of us die simultaneously. All three of our families come knocking on your door saying you got to pay for our funerals. Do you feel
Wow.
obligated to do that?
No,
All
I
right, so don't
fired them.
Exactly. So don't you think that your job is going to feel the same way?
Wow,
That's a big
that's a
misconception.
big
Where-
one.
where you- where's
Yes.
this one? Yep.
Your
That's a
job
big
should
one.
be your secondary policy. Let's
That should be
repeat
a
that.
backup.
Your
Yeah.
job policy should be your second and secondary policy because a lot of time people don't even know
What they
what
have
type
on the
of
job.
policies they have at their job.
Yeah,
It's a group rate.
I just know to take money out every
Yeah.
month. You feel me?
But that's the thing. You work for the place and you don't know nothing about the policy. You're dead. How do you?
How
take
your family
funeral?
gonna handle that?
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's
you didn't leave
tough.
them no information
Nope.
about this at all.
Everybody got to call and ask. Did
and
you have
here's
one?
here's the crazy thing about it too. You can go into work tomorrow and they send you guys an email. We're no longer offering this. You can't do anything about it. You didn't own that.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of that during COVID. A lot of the businesses were going out of business, and if they weren't going out of business, they were doing budget cuts to save their business. First thing to go, what they do, cut
Life
people's
insurance.
life insurance stuff.
I think the last one, and it's still important, but another misconception is you can save money. I had a
Yes.
few clients say, "Oh,
I can
I
just
don't
save
need
that.
this. I can just save the money." And that's a pretty hard thing to do, given how tightly they're
Yeah,
with
like-
taxes and bills and inflation and all that stuff right now. It's hard to have 10 grand, 15 grand, 20 grand sitting in a bank account, especially when you only have one job. It's a really hard thing to
It's a real thing.
to do, especially when you have kids. Add kids to that situation. I have a 16-year-old and a 7-year-old. You cannot save money with these kids.
That's a fact.
Let's just get that out there now.
They are the money.
7-year-old is the most expensive. Not even a 16.
Yeah.
7-year-old.
They eat like dinosaurs. But last month we went to the grocery store, did a big shopping, went 2 or 3 times.
My grocery bill.
And they about to
My
be out of
grocery bill
school.
was competing. with
Then
my
they're about to
rent
go
at
on
this
summer
point.
break.
Yes.
Girl, yeah.
Gotta eat the
Camps.
house
Oh,
down.
they're about to tear up the whole house.
I'm gonna have to set rules. Like, if you was in school, would you be in the refrigerator right now?
Exactly.
You know what? That's a good idea. Keep the lunchtime.
Yes.
Keep the school eating
Lunchtime,
schedule.
You know what? He get first lunch.
Yes.
He gets second lunch.
Yes.
So I think
I'm gonna have to be the lunch lady during the summertime.
Yeah.
I think to keep your peace of mind, just buy life insurance and let the professionals take care of it versus you stressing out every single week that you didn't save your $250 per week or your $250 a month. So it's a lot easier
Let's
that way.
go back to that though. Let's look at that because there's two things there that's important. Life insurance is the only tax-free benefit that we have in this country.
Yeah.
So if you're saving, technically when you die, that's an
Capital
inheritance.
gains. Capital gains
Your
tax.
family got to pay taxes on that.
Say that
You
one
don't
more
have to
time.
pay taxes on life insurance.
Say that first
They
part
get
one
a
more
death
time.
tax and inheritance tax.
Life insurance is the only what?
Capital is the only tax-free benefit that we have in this country. So now here's another thing. Let's say, oh, I'm gonna save $100 a month. That's what $1,200 for the year. You die February of the next year. You only save $1,200. I can't bury nobody.
Yep.
Can't even cremate you.
Not even
But if
can't even get the suit for that day. That's
Not even the
crazy.
flowers.
Okay.
And
Wow.
let's say you put $100 in insurance for a year. As long as you didn't die from something that you were already sick, that you were told that you, as long as you shared all the information with the company and you did not lie,
Yeah.
let's say you had $100,000 or $100. Your family just got $100,000.
Yeah.
You died a year later versus
Tax-free.
$1,200.
Yeah.
Tax free.
So
Exactly.
so let's say I started a policy, right? And I was in a clean health bill, everything legit. I've been on this policy now 5, 10 years. Boom, all of a sudden I get sick. Whatever sickness that eliminates me from this policy. Like, what is the process there? What happens to like what happens?
So that you're in the clear. So that's the thing. You get the insurance before you get sick. The only time you getting sick matters now is if you come back to get more. But your previous policy, that doesn't matter.
Okay.
Now, if you had a whole that's if you had a whole life. If you had a term policy, now you may not be in the clear because you have to renew it.
That was my next question.
Yeah, like the whole
the
term
difference.
life, whole
Yes,
life.
so the
Talk
term,
talk about that.
You have to renew it. And if you, a lot of companies ask you if you're still in good health. If you're not in good health, they will drop you. That's something that can happen. But if you got a whole life policy, you lock that rate in, you get sick, nothing. I've sat down with people a lot that have gotten policies in the early 2000s, late 90s, and now they have cancer. We try to get them more and they can't get any more. There's a lot of different, and always ask questions. Is there anything that can help you with the policy? Just the other day, I felt so bad for her. Lady had a policy since probably 2015, got in a very bad accident at work. And she said, I knew I had stuff on my policy, but there was just so much going on. Honestly, I couldn't really think about anything. I was going to doctors, this doctor's appointment, that doctor's appointment. We just tried to get her a new policy. She got declined because she's on all these medications now. But here's the thing, she had something that we call a waiver of premium benefits that she's now permanently disabled. She could have gotten free life insurance.
Wow.
The company could have been, for the rest of her life, the company could have been paying her policy, but she didn't take advantage of it then, so she lost that policy.
Oof.
And now, trying to redo it, they denied her because of all of the medication and everything that's wrong with her. So had she had kept that one, it wouldn't have mattered
Wow.
at all.
Yes.
These are
Man,
things
man.
you have to make sure your agent is going over all of this stuff with you.
Mm-hmm.
What's okay? You have to ask these questions. Now, God forbid I get sick and I can't pay for this anymore. What happens? Oh, I can help with that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so let's elaborate more on term and full. Because I'm
Whole
said
life.
we can be confused with that in there. So
Term life and whole life. It's so
Yes.
funny. I sit down with people, whole term. Like, no, that's not a policy, sweetheart. It's whole life
and
and term.
Okay.
oh,
Break
it's-
those down.
oh,
for
did
us.
I say full?
Yes. That's car insurance. The full tour.
Okay,
limited
so
tour.
okay, so what is the difference?
So the biggest difference is the fact that you get to lock the rate in for the rest of your life.
Okay.
In
And
which
it
one?
in with the whole life
The whole.
policy. And it builds cash value. A term policy is now you have it for a term period. And honestly, I tell people all the time, like, look at it this way. Let's say you're 25 years old. You start with a 20-year term. You're telling the insurance company that you don't look to live past 45 years old. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you God? You're going to predict when you're going to die?
Yeah.
Oh, the day before the term runs out, you're going to go commit suicide and say, hey, can you, so you guys
Right,
can
right.
keep the policy? No. So the whole life, the two biggest difference than the term, yes, the whole life is more expensive because
Permanent.
it's permanent.
Mm-hmm.
You get to borrow from it and it stays the same price for the rest of your life. So lock that rate in. If you, now it's not a bad idea to have both if you need both.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to just have one, whole life all the way.
Whole life.
Whole
Wow.
life.
Is
all
it
the
like
way.
it's like having what's the car insurance, full coverage and liability,
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
like that?
Nice.
So with the term, they always say it pays out 2% of the time because 98% of the time you outlive them.
Outlive it.
Now there's this thing. There was one girl I remember when I was training. I listened to this. They have a lot of different things that work for us, and she said if you bet on a horse that wins 2% of the time, or you bet on a horse that wins 100% of the time, which horse you betting on?
I'm going for that 100, baby.
That's the whole life.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So what for example, can you give me a policy structure for maybe a family of, let's say a family of 3, right? A people our age, I don't know how it works, but people our age and then they got 3 babies or something like that. Like
So So it's honestly kind of hard to like give a price range for that because
Okay.
we don't know what the age is, whether another factor is if you're a tobacco user. If you're a tobacco user, they're going to charge you more. But I can tell you, before I came here today, I just did a policy. Let me see. Her husband, 3 kids, $96 a month
Hmm.
Wow.
for 5 people.
And he was smoking.
Cheap.
No, he wasn't a smoker. Not he wasn't a smoker. But no, but there's
But that
stuff
matters.
Like that. But
It does.
and she could have actually gotten it cheaper. She decided. She said, "I want to spend $100 a month." She gave me a budget. I want to spend $100 a month. How much insurance can I get for the 5 of us?
Okay.
And I got her in at $96.
Wow.
So now at that $96, what is what is the payout? Like, how does that work for?
I'll tell you what she did. So she was 43, I believe. She was born in 82.
Okay.
And the husband was born in 87. She has 15,000, he has 15,000. Her 2 boys have 10,000. Her youngest girl have 15,000, which I was joking with her. I'm saying, is she the favorite kid? How come you giving her more insurance? But she was like, well, it's cheaper for her, so I'm gonna try to do
Yeah,
what I can right
yeah.
now. And then her oldest daughter also did 10,000 for her. So yeah, came in at $96.
Wow. So okay, explain to us like what is the what are the process of like say someone pass? Like what are the steps like for payout, like the claim and all that?
So here's every company has their own process, but the main
And what is tell us again? What is your company? Sorry to
American
control.
Income Life.
American
Okay,
Income
Income
Life.
Life.
Okay.
Um,
And
er-
that's not because somebody asked that. That's not your company. You work for a company.
yes, I work for American Income.
Yep.
So Globe Life is our parent company. So a lot of people do know who Globe Life is. So we are a sector under Globe Life. We deal mostly with union members. So the only way you can get any of our products is if you're a part of a union. Someone from the union refers you, or you know someone that works for our company.
Okay.
So that's who we work for. Now, going back to the payout, a lot of companies have a lot of different rules. A lot of companies don't insure you if you've had cancer or if if you have diabetes. Our company do. There's a 2-year waiting period for certain types of cancers. Some cancers is 5 years. So it's just a matter of knowing the rules, knowing the company. But with our company, the most important thing is having that death certificate because you can't file a claim without that death certificate. Tell all my clients, hey, something happens, call me. I am your person. You call me, we will call the company together and we will file the claims. I can't, there's so many people I've helped over the years file claims and it's the easiest process as long as you do everything that you're supposed to do. And people are like, well, they didn't pay. Why didn't they pay? There has to be a reason why they didn't pay. Like the companies are not just going to keep your money. There's reasons why a claim won't be paid out. So you have to make sure you state that reason.
And let me give a quick shout out to you because not only not only are you there from the beginning, helping families with the policies and getting set up, and, helping out with the kids and giving advice, but you're also there on the back end of it when something dark does happen. I've seen you at night at times where you're on the phone, with a spouse who just lost their husband or just lost their wife, and you're grieving with them, and you're
gotta be
helping out
hard.
with that process. So shout out to you for that.
Yes.
You're super dope for that. Man.
I try.
I love it.
I try.
Yeah, that's a very like
I'm telling. When I
big-
say they become my family,
wow.
they really become my family. Like I have one client. I'm not sure if you guys heard the story. Was it last year or 2 years ago? There was a basketball game at the Trenton, one of them arenas, and a kid got stabbed by 2 brothers. That was my client's son.
Wow.
And she called me on a Saturday. The daughter called me crying, telling me about it. Now I speak to the mom a few days later, and we're like going through everything. A few months later, and she happens to be a Libra too, so me and her became like her
Yeah.
birthday's the day before mine. So
Mention that.
of course, Libra, of course. So we start talking, and she was just sharing with me, oh, my daughter blames me for my son dying. I'm like, listen, you are grieving, she's grieving. She just lost her brother. You just lost your son. So you're going to be grieving differently. You
Yeah.
both have to have patience.
Yeah.
Funny thing, a few days later, the daughter calls me. Same thing. Oh, my mom get on my nerves. My mom this, and I had to have the same conversation with her. You have to give your mom some grace right now. She just lost her child. You don't know how that feels.
Yeah.
So give her some grace. Say a prayer. I know you're in your feelings, but you cannot be taking it out on her. Both of you both need each other right now.
Yeah.
Definitely hard.
I can only imagine what you guys do go through, like he was saying, to like you building a relationship with your clients and you having to deal with you having, you know what I mean? Like when
That's
you get
the
that
hardest
news.
part of the job for me. I'm
Yeah,
not
it
even gonna
has to
lie.
be. Like I can't even
Like, I can sit
imagine.
here and talk to you about it all the time, but when that happens, oh, it just
Because
takes
just
something out of
knock
me.
on woods if my husband ever have to call you for me.
I'm
And,
glad
like-
you went that direction. It's like, no.
He really gets on my nerves. When I say y'all take him when y'all leave. We always makes this joke, right? I'm like, I'm gonna be the one to take your to take the cream out on
This
you.
thing is guaranteed, bro. Somebody's gonna have to go.
Well, we like you know somebody have to go first, right? And I'm
My
gonna
wife
be
be
the one
talking
to be
about,
like,
I'm going to your funeral. You ain't going to my funeral, baby. You mean?
knock on wood. But you know, like I can only imagine how
Yes, that's the
hard.
hardest part.
Yeah.
That is
You know?
honestly the hardest part for me. Like
Wow.
I'm just like,
So like, how do you deal? Like, how do you cope with that? Because that has to be like, you know, you have to process that too. You know, so how do you deal with it, and how do you cope?
honestly,
with-
just consistently working on myself daily because I can't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah.
So I have to always fill myself. They say, "Oh, you just sell life insurance." No, I do more than just.
So
sell
you know,
life
we Libra, we
insurance.
carry people's stuff on our head
Yes.
like a lot.
Yes,
Like their burden. So it has to be a lot.
yes. I just have to literally. Thank God I know God.
Do a
I'm
lot
not
of
gonna
God.
lie.
So we do a lot of God. I love
real,
that.
you have
I
to.
know God,
We do, we
seriously,
have to.
because if I didn't know God, like working in that atmosphere and all the stuff that's going on in life, man, yes, that it makes it easier.
Shout out to God.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. We do a lot of God. Put that on the
A lot of
shirt.
God.
Yes,
That's good. That's
Good days
good.
and the bad days.
Yeah.
Of course.
All of it.
Of course, because he's still the same regardless, right?
listen for it.
So, what advice do you guys have for individuals that are considering getting life insurance?
Just get it.
Just get it. Don't
Just
think.
don't
Just
don't think twice about it. Just get it.
yeah.
Just get it. Make sure you're asking questions. Make sure they're not just trying to sell you something just for a commission check.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure this is something that's going to actually work for you.
Yeah.
Because you never know how many people I sit down with after someone sat down with them. Like, well, they were trying to sell me this big policy, and I kept trying to tell them, okay, what is it that you want?
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the lady, she said, I have $100 to spend. What can you help me? Listen,
Yeah.
they say you there's a reason why you have two ears
Mm-hmm.
and one mouth. You're supposed to listen more than you talk.
Yeah.
Listen to these people. Listen to what they want. Listen to what they need, and then you go off that.
Yeah.
My advice would be for the men. We love the ladies. We love y'all, especially the Libras. But my advice would be for more towards the men. You know, we're out of place right now. Us as men, in every culture, we're all out of place right now. So I would say just don't even think about it. Just dive right into it. You have to leave a legacy for your family. The Bible says the righteous man leaves an inheritance for his children's children.
Mm.
Step up to the
is
plate.
Okay,
dude.
Sean's got the
Yeah.
Bible in him.
Be a good man.
Prove it.
Be a good man.
Amen to that.
'Cause this is what I want. This is what I want to see for myself. I don't want my kids to start at zero.
Mm.
Given that day that I'm ever not here with them to hold their hand,
Yes.
to give them advice. I want them to have a head start on life, and not have a burden on their shoulders
Yeah.
of dad didn't do what he was supposed to do,
Mhm.
Because this is what the
and
other
now
communities do.
we're screwed
Yeah.
up. So,
Yeah.
The
Men.
Caucasian communities, this is what they do for their children.
Yeah.
Why aren't we doing the same thing for our children?
Yeah.
Fear, man.
Men,
Fear.
get in position.
Get in
This is how
position.
we
Trust
get
issues.
out of
Take up
being the
your
minority.
space.
Okay.
Pave the way. All that.
Men of
So
God, take up your space.
on a follow up with that, talking about basically what the other culture are doing and all of that, can life insurance be used as a like an investment tool? And like, so right now I'm able to go in and take some money out and invest it in something else.
No,
Like,
you're not.
how does that work? I don't even know what you're working with, but you mean talk me through that as
got it.
far as like,
Yes, there are policies there for investment, quote unquote, but you have to remember why you get the life insurance in the
Yes.
first place.
Mm-hmm.
Because
good.
then you go in and take the money out, then you never pay it back, and then guess what? They take off the face value. So here it is, your family is expecting, oh, I have $50,000 coming to me when you die. Oh, but then when you die, policy's only worth 20,000 because you took money out of it.
Yeah.
It's not a line of credit, okay?
So you have to just be careful. It's use it for what it's supposed to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
There's yes, again, you can find other insurance policies that okay, this is why I say you can have multiple policies. So if you want a policy just for investment, okay, then maybe look into getting like an IUL, but then be prepared for the ramifications that comes behind it.
I think in my eyes it is the ultimate investment vehicle. You're basically starting your own bank. Now you're looking at this from the long game. Think long term. Always think long term. Um, you can always go in, like you said, you invest in these things. You can always go in if you have an emergency. You need to fix the roof on your house. You need to help the kids room and board at college. Compounding interest is one of the strongest things on this planet. And if you can understand it, you would run through a brick wall to try to obtain it. Um, so if you have your money sitting in a traditional bank account, it's not really growing.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's depleting because they're loaning it out. If you didn't know that, but
Mm-hmm.
if you have your money in a life insurance policy and you're actively investing in a life insurance policy, it grows compound interest every single year, no matter what the stock market does, no matter what you do, no matter what your job does. It grows every year. So that's an investment vehicle in itself, on top of you being able to take money out and invest.
And life insurance is not just for yourself.
It's not.
Okay, so I want you guys to like kind of dive into
It's for the people
when
that
you
you're gonna leave
exactly like for example for me, I have one of my mom because she's getting older. I'm the oldest daughter, and I felt like God forbid anything happens, I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be going crazy, and I want to have to try to call no auntie, no uncle, and be like, "Hey, I need 500, I need 100, I need this," because we see a lot of that in our community. Like, I don't want to have to do that. So she may have her own, but I took out another one on her too, because I'm
Right.
like, baby, I ain't doing all that. I ain't finna be
Double portion.
stressed. Okay, I don't want to be stressed out. So whatever you got, we finna add that up with what I got, and whatever now put in your grandchildren accounts. By the end of the day, like I didn't want to like I felt like it was a lot. Like she's getting older, It's a lot that's happening. So explain to people it's just not you. You can put that on your parents,
Yeah.
whoever that you're
Yeah,
you know.
you can, as long as you have their information, you get consent from them. Yes, you can have a policy
Mm-hmm.
on your parents as well that you're paying.
Your niece,
Because
your
like
nephew,
you said,
Oh, yeah.
your godchildren,
Yep. 'Cause
whoever.
like you said, you're the oldest.
Mhm.
Same here. I'm the oldest. I
Yeah.
did the same thing for my dad.
Mhm.
I have a policy for my dad as well. Something goes wrong, guess what? Everybody's looking to me to
Yeah.
do something.
Mhm.
So I want to make sure I cover myself.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. So now for as we wrap this up a little bit, like what are because we have people in the comments saying, "Man, I need to talk to her. I need to talk to her," which is the ultimate. I mean,
That's another Libra sister.
that's the
Hey,
ultimate
T.
goal of what we're trying to do here to expose you to the information plus the people that we have trust for years to make this happen for our family, right? So if somebody was looking to get started with life insurance, right? And what are the steps that they should take, especially if they're looking to at you to be their agent?
Well, if you know anyone I'm in contact with, of course, ask Nita or E
Yeah.
for my contact information. I do have my social media. I'm sure you guys
We'll
tag me
tag
there.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, send me an inbox. I post stuff every Every now and then. I haven't been doing it as much as I'm supposed to, but I used to do something like throughout the week. I would post 3 different times. So I use the hashtag on Mondays. I'll do Money Mondays, and then Wednesdays is a wealth building Wednesday, and on Fridays it's Family Protection Fridays. We need to talk about protecting the families.
Or telling you
Yes.
about yourself.
Yes,
Like you better go ahead and
Yes.
get yeah.
because you got to stop sugarcoating things to people
Yeah.
these days. You got to give them the real.
This
Because
generation
life don't-
needs it real.
Yes, life don't sugarcoat nothing for us.
Yeah.
So why
Yeah.
should I sit here and sugarcoat? Oh, you may pass away one day. No, you're gonna die.
Yes,
Period.
you are.
We can't run
And
from
and
that.
you know, I know even though, people are watching and they might be saying, "Oh, I'm interested. I want to sign up." But sometimes it's just in the heat of a moment you're hearing something and you're so interested in, but once this live is over, you're going to go back to your life. I'm telling you right now, do not think about it. Go ahead and do it. And if you do make the decision to go with her or with them, I'm telling you, like, I would recommend them highly because I go through them. And like I said, this is somebody that's gonna be there to explain everything to you from top to bottom. Any questions you have, any time of the day, just like literally, I'd be like, "Hello," on the phone or a text message, like literally anytime. And if she don't get back to me in like whatever, like few hours, within the same day. So that's one thing I really appreciate. Because there's never a time where I call her, ask a question, or like she was saying earlier, or if there's something that she see that needs to be fixed, she will call you right away. So there's somebody that you can trust. This is somebody who's reliable. There's no what the little prints, what they call it, the
Fine print.
there's no fine prints.
Except the
It
little
is what it
prints.
is. Like literally whatever you want, any question that you have, she's gonna answer it. So you're not feeling like you're going down a rabbit. It's not like that. It's not a scam. Like I'm telling y'all, if you have not made this decision, if you're thinking about it when this life is over, if you're serious, please make that call. Because some of us, especially you guys that's in the Liberian community, I beg you, please, that have children, we see it all the time. Okay, the GoFundMe, the family meeting in a household. We gotta give money here and there. Come on, we can do better, especially for us young moms. We have babies. Our babies are dying.
Amen to that.
Okay, and we're online. Or the you pray for my baby. My baby is sick. We don't know any day, any moment. It can even be you. Are you what? God forbid. Me and my husband was going somewhere in a car accident. What am I 13-year, my 9-year gonna do? So you have to stop being selfish and really take that step. So I really encourage you guys, if you need any information, I have her phone number, I have her email, I have her social media. Damn, I got her address. Okay, I get like, let me tell you. So please, I begging you, please, I beg, get life insurance for yourself and your kids and the people that you love, please.
So it's funny that you ended with that because I want to end with this quote that I remember posting a
Mm-hmm.
few months ago. It says, "A man who dies without adequate life insurance
Mm.
should have to come back and see the mess he created."
Wow. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Whoa, whoa,
Imagine.
you gotta go
Please
back.
say it. Come closer to the
you
mic.
gotta go
Come
back.
closer to the mic.
Talking to the mic. Talking.
Yes.
A
Tell
man
us.
who dies
Mm.
without adequate life insurance should have to come back and see the mess
Mm.
he created.
Wow.
What
Because guess
a
what? You
Wow.
are not going to be
Word.
here.
You're not going to be here.
And like you said, you have children. You leave your child who is 5 years old
Mm.
with nothing.
Nothing.
Can you just imagine that?
Nothing. And what if you leave them with a family member that they're
Now
not
has to
capable of
struggle.
taking care of your kids? Your
Yeah.
kids might even end up in
Foster homes.
foster homes.
Or because not even that, you didn't leave anything to help him, but now the person that you left them with has to struggle, and now your child is being mistreated because they're struggling.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this wasn't even their fault.
No.
chain reaction, man.
Like Nita said, don't be selfish.
Don't
it is
be
a real
selfish,
selfish
man.
thing
Really
to
is
do.
selfish.
That's the perfect way to put it. No holds barred, not hide anything.
Yeah, gotta be clean cut,
It's
man.
a really selfish thing not to think about your kids. I get it. You're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, or maybe even 40s. You still want to live your life, but that's not the way it goes. And life changes in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't even see it coming. So just
And it
be
may
selfless
lose
and not
Yes.
selfish.
You may lose
Yeah.
your life because of somebody else
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
being in the wrong place at the wrong,
Wrong time.
Yeah. So
Drunk driver.
Yeah.
before we went live, you were sharing some numbers, and I thought it
Oh,
was
yes.
interesting, and I wanted to
Yes.
to get into that a little bit, you were saying like just in the month of May alone, your
Yes.
company had paid out a certain amount
Read
of
you the exact number.
money. You can read those numbers for a
So
minute. It sound
my
kind of big.
company in claims for the month of May,
Mm.
Globe Life AIO paid out $24,716,234 in claims.
Wow.
So hearing that now, that tells me that people are dying.
Yes.
Every day. Like, are you kidding me?
That's the bottom line of that huge number. That just
That was
means
just for
people
one
are.
month.
That's how much it paid out just in 1 month. That not a year, a month. Okay, so just imagine one
insane.
month in May. What is it? $24 million. $24 million they have
Almost
paid out
25
in
million.
claims.
$25 million in life insurance claims
Wow.
from
Wow.
one company, just your company.
Yes, that's just from one
Your
company.
yeah.
You know how many
Yeah.
other life insurance companies there is?
Wow.
My gosh, that is
Like I'm getting the chills
crazy.
just even thinking about it. Like how many people has lost people, their family. That amount of money in 1 month, that's crazy. That is nuts.
Insane.
That is crazy.
Now, quick question. The life insurance, they have to be based in the US, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just
Yes.
quick.
Okay.
Um
So it's not a global.
Curiosity.
Is there such thing as a global thing?
So I'm sure there are companies that do stuff like our company. So we're in all 50 states as well as New Zealand, Canada.
Are you guys in
Someone-
Minnesota yet?
Yeah, we're in
You are?
all 50 states.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're in all 50 states. So we
Oh,
have,
you're just not because I know I
Yeah.
asked you about that
yes,
the last
I'm
time,
just
all
not
right?
licensed in Minnesota
Okay,
yet.
I can't wait. So you can.
But yeah, our company is all over. The only place, so in New York, we're called National Income instead of American Income, but it's the same company. But we're everywhere.
Okay. So what are some states, if you can share that you're licensed in case
Licensed in?
people are watching and say, oh, maybe she can definitely help me, or you know
Yes.
she can't help me.
New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Georgia, both Carolinas, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida,
Delaware.
Delaware.
Okay.
Yes. Where else? Ohio is one. Maryland is another one. Wisconsin. Where else?
said
North
Atlanta.
Dakota.
Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia. I just said that one. Where else? Yeah, I think that those are Texas.
Texas. I was
Yes,
gonna
I
ask
do have my
that.
license for
We're
Texas.
leaving some off, but she's at like
Yeah.
16.
Well, if you
Our
want to
goal-
know, you can
I
just.
think our goal and our
DM her,
plan
too.
is to expand and try to get to all 50, be licensed in all 50.
Yeah.
I think we'll be one of one if we can do
Yeah.
that and kind of reach more people and help more people.
That'd be
And just
great.
get the message out to these young kids, man.
That's why we need y'all to share this episode, share this show,
Sure.
tag a friend, tag your mama and them right now. And let the
Please, like,
cousins
I'm
know, like,
begging
bro,
you.
you need to hear this. This should start a conversation in your house right now. Right? Even if you're a kid, you should run right now up to mommy and daddy's room and say,
Do we have life?
do we
Mommy,
have
do we
life
have
insurance?
Go ahead.
That's the flex. That's the new flex.
Like that's a
Okay.
flex. Put that on the shirt. Like, I have life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing on life insurance
There we
because
go.
we stand on business these days, right? Like, are you standing on
stand
life
on-
insurance
yeah.
business?
Yes.
Bet on your
I
life.
mean, like, are you betting
Right.
on your life? Are you paving the way for your family to have a ease of mind when you go away? Or are you just gonna be the one that said, man, he was selfish,
Yeah.
or she was selfish? They ain't put nothing away. You ain't got life insurance. You ain't got no savings.
Yep.
You're just broke,
Yeah.
and you're leaving a bunch of people behind. So
Hamster wheel.
let's do better as a unit,
Generational
as a
curse.
culture. Generational curse is running down. It is time that we break this curse lines. It cannot go with us. Our family, our children can't suffer and be begging for the next family member to buy your suit when you go
One
away.
person got a body. They
Right?
cast
Like,
them.
let's do better,
kinds
y'all.
of-
Please.
Let's stop this thing.
I was interested in this episode from the jump because I knew people that we know need this information here. All right. So it's very, very, very important that you share this with someone, tag a friend, tell a friend that life insurance is a must. All right. So I have maybe just one more question, and basically how has life insurance impacted your life as an individual? Like, have you had the opportunity to ever use it? Like, how is it? Is there any way that is impacting you?
So thank God I haven't had to use
Hmm.
my life insurance yet, or my parents. I still have both of my parents here, but I've had some family members
Okay.
very recently that passed away and didn't have anything.
Uh,
Mm.
So I've seen it. I've definitely seen it. And as family member as young as 24,
wow.
spent his 24th birthday in the hospital and died.
Mm.
Didn't have any life insurance. And then get the phone call a couple of days while he was on life support. Is it too late for us to get the life
Ooh.
insurance back?
Mm.
Is it too late?
Mm.
Yes. It's too late.
Wow.
Too late.
Wow.
There's not a sum of money I can put in today.
No.
I
Nope.
put 10 grand down. You guys give me 50 tomorrow. Doesn't
Nope.
work that way.
Nope.
Doesn't work that way,
Dang.
unfortunately.
Yeah, man.
But again, oh, that's never gonna happen to me
Man.
until it happens.
So it
He's
happens.
24. Did I think I was gonna lose my 24-year-old cousin?
Mm.
Nope.
Wow.
Man. Sorry to hear that, man. That's why we got to do better. And then the question that I had before that, and then I'm gonna shut up, and maybe we'll just end this here, because the entrepreneur mind now. I'm thinking you guys are talking about all these different states that you want to get involved in, right? If there was a person watching now and said, "Man, this sounds like something that I can get into myself and become an agent," right? Are you able to share like how can one get into that field and say, man, I like this mission. I want to help people as well, right? And like, yeah, like how can you get more states under your belt or get licensed in other states? Like, what is that full process that you had to go through or Sean had to go through? Because he's fairly new at it as well. You can share that because you're fairly new to it, right? What was that step for you?
Um, I was just studying a little bit, taking a test, getting getting licensed and everything like that. So, I think a part of it for me, because I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. I've been investing in seminars and Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Okay.
I've been doing that for a long time. Up until I found this insurance company that I have a real chance at creating any type of wealth, residual income, passive income. So that's the motivator right now. Even working a full time job as I do now, I still can do this in my spare time or part time, and make an extra income. That income I can invest. Um, I can pay for summer stuff for the kids. The football
Yeah.
equipment. All of this stuff is not cheap. So
Mm-mm.
the residual and passive income is a huge deal. It's money you make 3 months ago that you're still getting paid for today. Like Michael Jackson is still making hundreds of millions of dollars. He recorded his album years and years and years ago.
Insurance
Yeah.
royalties.
So
Mm.
if you can get on the other side of passive income and residual income, you'll run through a brick wall to get it because it means a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, but the main thing is, especially with our company, you take a license for the state that you live in. You get your home state. Me having all those licenses, thank God I didn't have to take all those tests. I took one test,
Okay.
and then if I wanted a license for a different state, I just pay for it.
Mm.
So that's honestly just a process.
What does these license cost?
Each state is different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, like the most expensive I saw so far was Illinois. I didn't even get that one. That one was almost $300. Versus Virginia was $20. I
Okay.
think Ohio was probably like $15, something like that. So every state is different.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And how about coming in? What would someone have to do from, let's say, Ohio or DC,
Mm.
So
wanting
you
to come in and work for American Income?
would take the course because it's something, again, you have to have a license. You just can't be out here selling life insurance
Mhm.
and not knowing what you're selling to someone. So there's a course that they take. Our company per se offers a 4-day course if you're able to take that. If you aren't, there is a platform that we use as a self-taught platform called Excel, where you can go and study on your own time. Once you pass that, so why you need either one? You need a certificate. You cannot just walk into say and say, I want to take my insurance producer's test. You need to show them that you have passed they call it a pre-license course. Once you show them that certificate, you now are eligible to take the test.
Okay. So
Yeah,
is there anything before we close that just some everything that we talked about together? what do you want to leave the people with about life insurance?
What do I want to leave the people with? I'm gonna keep asking you about life insurance until people stop dying without life insurance. So I will be that annoying person. I
Forever.
don't care how annoying I get.
Yep.
Until you tell me, leave me alone. I don't want to. I do follow ups. I call people all the time.
Sure
And
do.
I like, listen, I'm just circling back.
Yes.
Until you tell me you don't want this, then I'm going to just keep bugging you because I'm going to put it in your face.
Yeah.
But until people stop dying without this thing, I'm going to keep it in your face. But stop being selfish. Go get your family some life insurance and just get your priorities in order.
Yeah. Please. Please,
Your
please, please,
priorities
please,
in
please,
order.
please.
Because it's not for you, it's for the people that you're going to leave behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's who you need to think about. And that's the biggest way and the best way to tell somebody that you love them is for you to think about their future.
Absolutely.
It's one thing for you to say, I love you, but then tomorrow you leave me in a bind. Did you really love me?
That's a new love language. Put me on your
Yes.
life. Put me on your life insurance.
It's all about preparation. I think it's the long game. You know, the ability to think 5 years down the line, 10 years, 20 years down the line, and actually prepare for those moments when your kids need you most. I think it's a really, really big deal.
Yeah.
So just going out and going after this, trying to get this in our community, get it to the right ears, and be in the right room so where we can amplify this message of life insurance because we are all well, most of us, most of what we see is these kids and even kids our age just dying without it. And we just got to crowd fund and GoFundMe is getting rich off of our family members because they get a percentage of that.
Oh yeah.
So like my wife said, is the sooner we stop dying without it,
Yeah.
we will.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So, how can people connect with you
Yes,
if you
yes,
have
yes,
any
yes.
social medias? Like, cause we on social. We want to know how we can get in your
Yes.
DMs and all of that.
Of course. So you can send me a message on Facebook. I'm on there, my real name. You know, a lot of people have their fake names, but I have my real name, Toni Ann Allen, TONI-ANN, Allen, ALLEN. Or on Instagram, it's Tony1019. You know, I'm a Libra, so I gotta put that out there. So that's how you can connect with me. And then, babe, what's your?
My IG is championships_season. You can reach out to me there.
Is it the same on Facebook?
Facebook is Sean Beatty.
Sean Beatty.
SHAWN BEATTY.
All
So,
right. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys, man.
Thank you guys so much. We will definitely put the information. We'll tag both of them and all the information you guys need. And just in closing, guys, like we said, please, I begging y'all please make a decision today. Go to bed tonight. Talk to your spouse. Go tell your mom if you're watching this. Go tell your mom. Go tell your daddy. Go tell whoever you need to tell. But thank you guys so much for coming on. I myself learned so much that I didn't know
For
before.
having us.
So easy.
Each one, reach one, teach one.
Yeah. People need to hear it. So thank you guys for coming on so much. And they'll be back soon because we got more to talk about. We got more tea to talk about. But thank you guys so much for coming on. Make sure you guys check out the full video on YouTube. The page name, the channel name is Nita Rain. All the full episodes are listed on there. Please make sure you're sharing this video to everybody through text message. People need to hear this and get the news out. And like I said, we're going to post all the information that you need to know how to contact them. And she already said it to it. If you have any questions, please, they're tagged in the topic or
Description.
the description. So please make sure you click on DM her, send her information, and she'll give you a call. You guys can meet up however you guys can do Zoom. She will definitely call you. So please, like I said, I cannot tell you enough. This is somebody you can trust. Okay, ask all the 99 questions that you have. She will answer it at any time, any day. She got you. So this is not a scam, guys. This is real life. Okay, I cannot say enough. Like I literally get chills when I'm thinking about it because when I think about my children and how much I love them, and how I don't want their life to be in shambles when myself or their dad is no longer around. I want them to be good because you already have to deal with a death. Then you have to be broke on top of it again. Like that's painful. Like just take me with you. Okay?
Cut it out.
That's true.
Imagine,
That's a fact,
like you're
man.
already
That is-
dealing with grief,
yes.
and then you don't even
They
have
can't
the
grieve
money to properly bury your loved one. Like that's crazy. And I will be damned if I have to beg anybody to bury anybody I love, or anybody have to beg for me. So I don't want that. I don't want that for you guys. So please make that decision today or the end of the week. By Friday, I'll be calling somebody that on their life here that tell me say you won't make the decision. I'll be calling you because most of y'all, all my friends, you already know. I've been call you and ask you, do you have life insurance?
Yes.
Say I did.
Yes.
All right. So
She's
but
snapping.
no, because I really do. I'll be like, do you have life insurance? And they'll be like, no, yes, whatever. You know, I had one of my girlfriends actually did call and got a life insurance, which I'm glad she
We
did.
were on the phone one
You
day,
know?
and she was with somebody. She was like, "Wait, before we do you have life insurance?" And I'm like, "Nita, but we weren't talking about that." But
Yeah,
she will call you out.
No, for
She's
real.
not lying.
You
She's
know,
not
for real,
lying.
man. So I'm just trying to look out because it's very important. But thank you guys
But
so
you have
much.
to have friends like that.
Yeah.
That's the new flex.
That's the type of friends that you need to have around.
That's really the new flex, for real. I'm
and the
not
main thing.
no like, oh, you got that new bag? No, babe. Do you have life insurance?
Did you
Do
up
you have,
that policy?
You have life insurance though.
no, that is true.
You know.
Because bundles ain't cheap. People be go buying bundles, and your bundles could have paid for
Okay,
that life.
but do you
insurance
have
for
life
the
insurance?
entire year?
I can see you in the argument, Doug.
Because even when to buy the plane ticket, you put insurance on
I'm
it
not
just in
arguing
case
with
you
nobody
gotta
that don't have
cancel
life
it.
insurance.
Right.
Okay. Oh, but what?
You got life
Exactly.
insurance? Yeah, we don't even.
I
have
be
to
even
talk
at the nails. Do you have life insurance when you do my nails, honey? Do you have life insurance, honey?
I'm done. We're out of here on that one,
But
y'all.
honey, do you have life insurance? That's why you have boyfriend.
All right, I'm cutting you off.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Bye.
Sorry, but thank you guys so much
Yes,
for
thank
coming
you,
on.
guys.
And we hope to see you next Wednesday. Oh, wait, actually next Wednesday, guys. I think we'll be off because it's our anniversary week. And since we're not going to be celebrating 10 years.
My man.
My man. It's been 10
I'm trying to
years.
be like
And I
y'all.
ain't kill him yet. To get the clean. Okay.
All right, we're out of here. Bye. She acting crazy.
Bye bye. I'll see you next Wednesday.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, y'all.
You acting crazy.